Today we're going to talk about supply and demand. This is going to be a short video, but I think you're going to find it incredibly valuable. Those that have a hard time marking their areas up on the chart, I'm going to talk about a supply and demand Forex indicator that I think is going to make a big difference for you. And you can add this to one of your FTMO tips to help pass one of these challenges. You need to thoroughly test this. This indicator is on TradingView, so I recommend thoroughly testing your system on TradingView before trying any real challenge or risking any funds. Now, when we look at this, you're trying to find the best spot where price is likely to change direction. You can see price bounces all over the place. You can look at higher time frames for confluence. But when we're looking just strictly at the 5-minute chart, where do you get in? Well, you can see how price was moving to the upside, and then it was clear and obvious push to the downside. There's no confusing this whatsoever. And you're marking your area off before, just above the area where structure was broken, waiting for price to come back into that area. Price eventually comes into the area, and at this point you're deciding what type of entry pattern you need to see before getting in on the trade. And then you need to determine what your risk to reward is, how you're going to manage the trade while it's running, or if you're going to at all. When we go further down into the next day, you can see another example here. Clear and obvious push to the downside. You see structure was broken. You've got your area of supply marked off, and you're just patiently waiting for price to come back. The price came all the way down, and it took out the previous structure low before deciding to go back up, touching supply, stalling out in this area. You can see that it's having a hard time going any further. And then you see an engulfing pattern. And at that point, somebody could have decided to get in on the trade there at the close of the candle, stop loss just above and targeting the low, and the risk to reward would have been just over 5. Or they could have gotten in right when the candle touched, or maybe the second touch. You have to decide what works best for you, but you can see how this was done. Now, this takes a little bit of patience because there's going to be a lot of opportunities through the day. Not all of them are going to be as good as others. When we look at this a little bit further, here's another example. Now, this hasn't happened yet. I've got this area of demand marked off, and the reason that I'm looking at this specific area is because it broke above the structure after in a clear and obvious downtrend, changing direction. And I'm just looking for the area of demand just below where the structure was broken. Now, when you're trying to mark these off, I want to share with you this supply and demand Forex indicator that I think is going to help you a little bit. Let's take a look at this. Now, when you're trying to search for it, you just have to type in supply and demand. And it's this one right here, Order Block Energy Candle by Gene Clash. It's one of the most popular ones on the list here. And when we turn it on, you can see how it clearly marks the areas up. And it doesn't just work on the 5-minute, it works on all different time frames as well. So when I'm picking my areas, you know that I'm just looking for the highs and the lows, so I'm ignoring this one right here. Now, price could potentially come into it and change direction, continuing to go higher, but I'm just looking for the highs and the lows. That's it. Just the best supply and demand areas that I can find. And that may help improve my risk to reward ratio. Test this out. If you have the basic paid plan with TradingView, this could be easily tested, and you can find out if this works well for you. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I think this can be a game changer for some people. If you're just blindly taking trades and you're having a difficult time finding where to get in, you just don't understand where the best spot is, this will tell you where to mark your areas off. Just patiently wait for price to come to you. And if you see an entry pattern that you want to get in on, like if it comes in and touches the area once or twice, 3 times, an engulfing pattern, it doesn't matter what it is. Pick something. Don't pick too many variations. Refine it as much as you can. And when you see that entry pattern, only then get in on the trade. And then after you've done this, thoroughly tested this, evaluate it, and see if this is a good system. See if you need to adjust it at all. Maybe your risk to reward is too big. Maybe that specific type of entry pattern you're taking isn't the one that you need to take. You need to thoroughly test this. Once you do that, you'll know how well this works for you, and you should see a shift in your trading. And we'll leave it at that for now. And until next time, bye for now.